meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood. Now, Channel 11 News starts with severe weather Team 11 coverage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Taking a live look at the city of Pittsburgh this afternoon. It's warm and sunny right now, but that could change in a matter of hours, folks. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Damani Lewis. We're tracking the chance for scattered storms this afternoon and later tonight. Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh is monitoring which neighborhoods will see the heaviest of rain out there. Scott.
Yeah, Damani, over the next couple of hours, primarily south along the Mason-Dixon line. Live looking to downtown Pittsburgh. Partly cloudy. The sun definitely warming things up. 81 degrees right now. That dew point in the upper 60s. That means a lot of moisture in the air, and you can feel the humidity. A couple of thunderstorms on live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar, mainly down into Garrett County right now. Some of these have been fairly strong with some wind gusts about 40 miles per hour. Well, the first cluster stays south of us this afternoon, but watch what happens tonight. By midnight, new showers and thunderstorms come into the area. Some of those could be strong. I'm updating the impacts you can expect to see from thunderstorms over the course of the next couple of hours and even the next couple of days. I'll have an updated look at those impacts coming up in just a few minutes. Damani?
All right, thanks a lot for that, Scott. Breaking news. In the last hour, police put out an alert about a man who repeatedly exposed himself on the busiest street in Shadyside. Here are the details here. Police say there were 6 sightings of the man last week between August 11th and the 14th, mostly on Walnut Street between Maryland Avenue and College Street. Now, if you've seen him or know who he is, Pittsburgh police definitely want to hear from you. We'll turn now to traffic. Traffic is moving through the Squirrel Hill Tunnel once again. The inbound side was closed for part of the morning after a crash. Channel 11 traffic anchor Tricia Pittman joins us with an update on that accident. Tricia.
Around 9:15, 9:30 this morning, we did have reports of an accident inside the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. One injury was reported. Traffic was stopped for about a half hour. Once again, moving fine through this area. We actually were able to get a picture. One of the vehicles involved in that accident, you can see there some rear end damage to that red, smaller SUV. Looks like another SUV there in front of it as well. There were several vehicles involved. Again, just one person injured. Currently, traffic moving fine through the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, not finding any delays along the Parkway East. Matter of fact, you're moving at about 50-55 miles per hour inbound down to and through the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Damani?
All right, Tricia, thanks a lot for that. Well, new at noon, 3 men are charged with vandalizing the Iron City Brewery property in Lawrenceville, just days after we told you about a plan to revitalize the complex. Let's not waste any time right now and turn right now to Channel 11's Mike Holden, who's live after learning how police caught those guys. Mike.
Damani, good afternoon to you. So you guys at home know this is a beloved Pittsburgh landmark here in Lawrenceville. You can see as you turn around here, there are crews working around the clock to make this a better location. But here's the thing. Pittsburgh police, when they got the call over the weekend, they didn't necessarily catch these guys red-handed. They were literally caught blue-handed with blue paint. This is the graffiti splashed across one of the outdoor walls at the Iron City Brewing Company location in Lawrenceville. You can see it's massive in blue. Police say it will cost roughly $1,000 to remove. Pittsburgh police have since arrested and charged the 3 men responsible. Police say Luke Montez, Jesse Keating, and Kevin Mullane were literally caught blue-handed, their hands soaked in blue paint with spray painting tools and supplies nearby. Police even found a gallon bucket of blue paint with a roller and several cans of spray paint. As police searched the area, they found the 3rd guy, Mullane, hiding in the bushes. When police asked him what he was doing, he said he was, quote, just sleeping, but had paint on his hands, too. People in the area say this type of vandalism is disheartening, especially since business owners are spending their hard-earned money to improve it.
It is upsetting, but like I said, we're just glad that it's being taken care of.
All right, so bringing a sense of relief. And here's a live look, a very clear and present no trespassing sign that says violators will be prosecuted. These 3 guys were arrested. They were charged. They have all since been released on their own recognizance, but that's not the end of this story. We're diving deeper into this coming up for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Lawrenceville, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
2 men escaped police after jumping from a stolen car near the South Busway. Pittsburgh police tried to stop the car around 7 o'clock this morning at the intersection of West Liberty and Pioneer Avenues. The men hopped out and ran into the woods. A canine was brought in to search the area, but officers could not find the men.
I know for a fact he didn't do it. There's no matches in my house.
Well, only on 11. The mother of a 6-year-old boy accused of starting a fire in their apartment building says she doesn't think he did it. The fire did a lot of damage to the building on D. Rod Street in West Oakland and displaced dozens of people. Now, the fire started on the second floor of the apartment building Saturday. Investigators say a 6-year-old admitted to using matches to light a fire inside the laundry room. However, the boy's mom says she's not convinced.
I don't remember him going to the laundry room, and I went to the bathroom and came back out. Everything was on fire. He didn't do it. Like, my son is not your average 6-year-old. Like, he's a smart kid. My baby's smart. He knows what's wrong. He knows what's right. He knows what not to do. He knows what to do.
Well, police say they don't plan to file charges. The boy and his family have been referred to the county child line where they'll get services to provide the child with the help he needs. Excuse me, the Allegheny Housing Rehabilitation Company owns the apartment building. They told us they hope the residents' housing problems will be resolved in the next day or so. Meanwhile, the Red Cross is helping more than 20 of the nearly 80 victims, including a number of children. Well, work is underway to repair a retaining wall in Penn Hills. It's part of the work to repair Nadine Road. The retaining wall sits between Allegheny River Boulevard and Lincoln Road. A landslide happened there last month. After several storms, this wall overturned and a portion of the road collapsed as well. The road has been closed ever since. The work should take about 2 months. Planned Parenthood has dropped out of a federal family planning program. The organization says it will not accept a change to the program that prohibits clinics from referring women for abortions. Channel 11's Jacqueline Phil is in Washington, D.C. with the money the group is also leaving behind.
Planned Parenthood is refusing $60 million in federal funding. The CEO says the organization will not be bullied into withholding abortion information from patients. About 4 million women are served nationwide under the federal Title X program. It distributes hundreds of millions of dollars in family planning grants to clinics. Those funds cannot be used to pay for abortions. A new Trump administration rule goes a step further and forbids clinics from referring doctors who can perform abortions. The head of the Planned Parenthood organization says healthcare centers will remain open and they'll look to make up for the loss of federal money. The group says the funds help provide low-income women with services like pregnancy tests, birth control, STD testing, and cancer screenings. Anti-abortion groups applaud the move. They have pushed to withhold federal support to Planned Parenthood. The head of March for Life says this is a long-awaited victory that will energize pro-life grassroots efforts. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
Well, breaking in just the last few minutes, a man who spent more than 20 years in prison just got out. A jury acquitted Scott Gadsky yesterday during a retrial for the murder of a man in Carrick back in 1996, and a judge just set him free. Right now, we're working to learn more about Gadsky's release for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock. A Pittsburgh police officer is facing DUI and hit-and-run charges this morning. Police say Brian Martin was off duty back in June when he hit a Lawrenceville man on a bicycle on Allegheny Avenue. Police went to Martin's home after witnesses gave his license plate. They say his speech was slurred and he told officers he'd been at home the whole night, but the data tracker in his truck shows he was on the north side. Cameras also show him going into Tequila Cowboy, where police say he had 8 beers and then stumbled back to his truck. Officer Martin is now on unpaid leave. And a man from Westmoreland County is recovering in the hospital this afternoon after a brutal assault. Listen to these details here. Police say he was jumped by 4 people who had a baseball bat near this house off of Route 119 in Crabtree. He was also beaten so badly he had his fractured skull, cracked ribs, and other broken bones in his face. Take a look at your screen here. These 4, Sarah Miller, Matthew White, Trevere Green, and Davon Allen, were arrested.
He was going to go outside and fix some of the garbage that was outside of his home, and while he was walking outside, he was attacked by 4 individuals.
Well, police say this was a case of mistaken identity, and the target was actually the victim's relative. Well, social media companies, including Twitter and Facebook, are suspending accounts they believe were part of a Chinese government influence campaign targeting the protest movement in Hong Kong. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer reports from Hong Kong.
This is the first time social media companies have had to take down accounts they say are linked to China's government and misinformation. Facebook saying it acted on information from Twitter. And over the past few weeks, both companies have been analyzing data on accounts they say originated from China and were spreading messages and images about the protests here in Hong Kong, painting them as a radical movement, likening the protesters at times to ISIS fighters. Twitter also says it's going to ban state-backed media from placing ads on its service. China has been in a full propaganda drive over the past few weeks as the protests have intensified here, portraying them as the handiwork of the U.S., the UK, and other foreign hands. This is the narrative that people on the mainland have been hearing in their news reports and on social media. So it's unclear what impact this decision by social media companies might have on China's propaganda to diminish it. While Facebook and Twitter are accessible here in Hong Kong, they're banned in mainland China. Janice Mackey-Freyer, NBC News, Hong Kong.
Well, new at noon, Dick's Sporting Goods is testing whether it should stop selling guns. The Coriopolis-based company stopped selling assault-style rifles and high-capacity magazines following the mass shooting at a Florida high school last year. It also raised the age of firearm sales from 18 to 21. Last fall, the company stopped selling all hunting gear in 10 stores and found the experiment to be a success. Well, Dick's Sporting Goods did the same at 125 stores earlier this year, and we could find out the impact the move had on overall store sales later this week. Well, it's been less than a week since Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his family escaped this plane crash. The new message the NASCAR superstar has for his fans. But first, we're looking at the number of students getting vaccinated ahead of the new school year.
Showers, thunderstorms popping, not just this afternoon, but some of the strongest ones could be overnight tonight. The new timing for your neighborhood.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Corruption, fraud, scandal. Veteran reporter Brian Ross shines a light on accused criminals. Brian Ross Investigates. Weekends at 7:30 p.m. on WPXI.
News 11 and 11 means you get 11 minutes of news and weather
before the first commercial.
It means live coverage of breaking news, local news, and your first look at weather.
All before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News, 11 and 11.
Watch tonight.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Butler County.
Welcome back. It's the first day of school for students in 9 districts, including the North Hills and Washington. And as more students head back to class, 11 Investigates has found fewer children in our area are getting vaccinated. Channel 11's Aaron Martin went through the numbers and talked with one mom who thinks parents should have a choice.
It's safe to say most kids aren't fans of getting shots at the doctor's office. Mount Lebanon 7th grader Braddox Paulette is no exception.
Braddox, are you nervous at all?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Braddox is getting his vaccinations before school begins next week. But 11 Investigates found fewer parents in Western Pennsylvania are doing it. According to numbers from the Pennsylvania Department of Education, nearly every county in Western PA had more students getting exemptions for vaccinations in the 2017-2018 school year compared to 4 years earlier. That includes Allegheny, Armstrong, Beaver, Butler, Fayette, Indiana, Lawrence, Mercer, Washington, and Westmoreland counties. What's it like to hear that statistic?
As a pediatrician, it really worries us if we see children not getting vaccinated as they should.
Dr. John Williams is the chief of infectious diseases at Children's Hospital. He says it's a disturbing trend that could cause nearly eradicated diseases to make a comeback.
So when a disease like measles comes into a population, if a lot of people are vaccinated, that disease can't find a foothold and can't establish itself.
But some parents, like Diana Campbell, see it differently.
And at the end of the day, you are responsible for the health of your child.
Campbell chooses not to vaccinate her children after she says her daughter suffered medical problems.
It should always be the parent's decision based on medical history, and there are ingredients in vaccines that are dangerous for some people.
Now, medical experts say when the number of students getting vaccination exemptions reaches a certain level, that's when they raise the concern for a possible outbreak. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
And you can find more on school immunizations right now on our website, WPXI.com. We've made it easy for you. Just click the Back to School banner at the top of your page, and there you go find the link to Pennsylvania immunization information. Well, there will be a hearing this afternoon to try and resolve the busing issue in the Elizabeth Forward School District. Channel 11 told you last week the school doesn't have any buses for its students because of a dispute with Pennsylvania coach lines. Classes start on Thursday, and we will be working to learn what comes out of that meeting and watch for the latest on Channel 11 News at 5 o'clock. Well, new pictures show a car after it slammed into a Lawrence County restaurant. Check it out here. Officials told us an older woman lost control along Route 18. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The Perkins manager said she ran to help. The driver had just one request.
She kept saying she was hungry, so once we got her settled, I told her we'd make her food, and then we made her food. What did you give her? We gave her eggs Benedict and hash brown.
Well, the restaurant will stay open while repairs are being made. While Allegheny County is getting closer to setting up a countywide police review board, leaders plan to consider the proposal at a meeting tomorrow. For years, advocacy groups have called for a special panel to investigate complaints about police conduct. Those calls intensified last June when an East Pittsburgh police officer shot and killed Antoine Rose. Well, in the past few months, there have been several police-involved shootings. They were in Penn Hills, Ross, Shaler, and South Park. Leaders say these recent cases have not influenced the current timeline of this proposal.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Temperatures are all about location at this noon hour because some areas have seen a fair amount of sunshine, other areas showers and thunderstorms. So from Pittsburgh on north, temperatures generally in the 80s right now and already kicking to 87 degrees in Beaver right now. Butler 82, Pittsburgh 81. But where that cluster of showers and thunderstorms has passed through, it's only 70 degrees in Morgantown right now, a very muggy 70 degrees, mind you, in 68 Deep Creek Lake, where it's still raining right now. There's the cloud cover from that batch of thunderstorms to the south. Now, the thunderstorms are beginning to weaken a bit. You can see them right now on the Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. Strongest of the storms in the eastern parts of Garrett County right now. That continues to move to the east. This is what I'm watching, not just for this afternoon, but really for overnight tonight. We're going to get a break in some of the action from the thunderstorms, but this cluster, this is called a mesoconvective system, this developed last night well up in the upper Midwest. It is still holding together now, and as it taps into a little more juice this afternoon and races to the east, this could hold together over Indiana, Ohio, and eventually make it into western Pennsylvania, say about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock tonight, if it continues to hold together. Now, the heat index this afternoon, that's going to be cranking, but then tonight, as the showers move in, obviously we lose the heat index as the sun goes down in the first place. Here's Storm Tracker. Notice this afternoon, fairly quiet, but as that convective system works its way across Ohio, we begin to pick up a little moisture out ahead of it. Showers and thunderstorms could roll in about midnight tonight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and some of these could be strong with potentially gusty winds in excess of 50 miles per hour and very heavy rain. The good news is on the rain front, if this system does make it all the way into our area, it'll be a fast mover. So flooding rain won't be the big issue. However, wind gusts will be, because it could be a line of some gusty winds. So tune in at 5 and 6 o'clock. We'll have updated timing on the showers and thunderstorms. But even as we're getting ready to hit the air tomorrow morning for Channel 11 Morning News, still some thunderstorms in the area first thing tomorrow. So just keep in mind, whether it be this afternoon or this evening or tomorrow, when thunder roars, head indoors. If you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. 86 for the high temperature today. Just a couple afternoon showers and storms, but actually a better chance overnight tonight. And some of those storms could be strong. Great day to download the WPXI Severe Weather Team 11 app, especially tonight while you're sleeping. Any watches or warnings that are issued, any alerts to lightning or damaging winds, you get an audible alert to your phone so you can get to a safe place in your house. 83 tomorrow. Showers and storms with some heavy rain, mainly in the morning tomorrow. And I think we quiet down a bit in the afternoon. Much cooler Thursday. Humidity is going to start to drop off, too. Isolated showers, 75. Friday, sunshine, 74. And then Saturday, up to 78 degrees. Wall-to-wall sunshine Saturday. Low humidity and looking good on Sunday, too, with a high temperature of 80 degrees. Now, in just a couple minutes, I will be getting updated information on Storm Tracker, so I'll put together the new timing and have that for you coming up next half hour.
All right, some great running weather. Thanks a lot, Scott. And be sure to check out the WPXI streaming app. We'll have constant updates on the forecast and today's top stories, and you can find it right now on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Just search WPXI. Well, new at noon, two teenagers surprised by a furry intruder at their vacation home in Truckee, California. Check it out here. Look at this guy. Haynes Sherman and Bobby Harden were watching TV Saturday when they heard a noise coming from the kitchen. Well, it turns out it was that guy right there. It was a 250-pound black bear raiding their fridge. After grabbing a snack, the bear headed toward the TV room and started shaking the door. Bobby tried to keep it shut while Hayes called 911. Minutes later, a deputy kicked in the door and shooed the bear away.
We started hearing a noise. And I said, my mom would not be aggressively opening Tupperware at 12:30 in the morning.
That's right. Well, the teens believe the bear got in through the garage door, which they left open. Hayes' family is now going to bear-proof their vacation home. I think that's a good idea. Well, new accusations against a reality TV star. Why his estranged daughter claims he is blackmailing her. Plus, the new lawsuit filed against the Pittsburgh Diocese and an organization that helps children in need.
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Now at noon, more problems for reality TV star Todd Chrisley. His daughter claims Chrisley and her brother are blackmailing her with a sex tape. Lindsay Chrisley Campbell talked with our sister station in Atlanta last night. She filed a police report last month claiming an ongoing issue with her family threatening and harassing her. She made the report just weeks before Chrisley and his wife, Julie, were indicted for tax evasion. Campbell says her father and brother threatened her because they believed she was behind the tax evasion to investigation. Todd Chrisley is denying his daughter's claim. Well, Whitehall residents, be on alert here. There's a diseased coyote roaming the area. Police and South Hills Animal Control say they have received several calls about this animal right there on your screen. That coyote has a skin condition called mange. Police say don't approach it or let your animal interact with it, and keep your garbage cans closed. Well, the NTSB is now looking at what's left of the plane that was carrying Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his family. New at noon, we're hearing from Earnhardt for the first time since the crash.
Plus, I'm tracking showers, thunderstorms, and when you could get a rude wake-up during the overnight hours tonight.
3 great rides, 2 important causes, 1 amazing day. Don't miss the Winter Foundation's 7th annual 3-2-1 bike ride to end melanoma and pancreatic cancer. Sunday, October 13th on the North Shore. Choose from a 17, 62, or 80-mile fully supported route. All rides take place on the beautiful Great Allegheny Passage Trail, sponsored by WPXI, Trek, Panera Bread, and UPMC Hillman Cancer Center. Register now at 321.
Andy Williams Show every weekday at 11, right here on Channel 11.
Breaking news, Channel 11 just spoke to a man who spent more than 20 years in prison and was just released. We told you minutes ago a jury acquitted Scott Godesky yesterday during a retrial for the murder of a man in Carrick back in 1996, and a judge just set him free. Now Channel 11's Aaron Clark is live outside the courthouse after hearing his first words as a free man. Good afternoon, Aaron.
Good afternoon, Zamani. It was a dramatic day in court, something that I have never seen before. Right in the middle of the courtroom today, the judge ordered that Scott Godesky's handcuffs and his ankle shackles be taken off. Right in the middle of the courtroom, as I said, essentially setting him free. The judge said that he could not see any reason to keep Godesky incarcerated anymore after he was recently acquitted of a 1996 murder in Carrick after serving 22 years in prison. Now, there was a representative from the state parole board in court today arguing that Godesky had a prior parole violation and that he should serve more time. But the judge again said that Godesky had served in excess of the amount of time that could be imposed. We caught up with Godesky right after the sentencing, and he was truly overwhelmed about what happened today.
Shocking. I didn't see that coming. Usually they send you back, and 23 years overdue. That's all I can really say.
And coming up tonight on Channel 11 News starting at 5, I'll go through that entire interview and everything that has happened up to this point. We'll have a complete story for you. So tune into Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. For now, reporting from downtown, I'm Erin Clark, Channel 11 News.
Amazing story. Thank you so much, Erin. Well, new at noon, retired NASCAR driver and NBC sports analyst Dale Earnhardt Jr. is talking about the plane crash he and his family escaped last week in Tennessee. You see the dramatic video here. This video from our sister station in Charlotte, WSOC, shows the family climbing out of the plane as it burned. Now, the wreckage is now in Griffin, Georgia, where it is now going to be examined by investigators. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez is in Georgia with the latest.
The family of Dale Earnhardt Jr. is recovering following that fiery plane crash. In a heartfelt new message on Twitter, the NASCAR legend wrote in part, "We are truly blessed that all on board escaped with no serious injuries, including our daughter, our 2 pilots, and our dog, Gus."
I've had an airplane run off the runway. I need you to roll everything you can.
In this new video that shows their dramatic escape from the wreckage, you can see everyone on board scrambling off the plane.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people and a dog.
911 calls reveal the chaotic moments as the Cessna jet crashed last Thursday afternoon near Bristol, Tennessee.
There's fire all over the place. It crashed through the fence and everything.
An incredibly close call for Earnhardt Jr., his wife Amy, 1-year-old daughter Isla, the family dog, and the 2 pilots, who all walked away from the burning wreckage with just cuts and scrapes.
I guess the only word I can say is that they were extremely lucky.
The NTSB is now analyzing surveillance video, the plane's wreckage, as well as the cockpit voice recorder.
It did not have a flight data recorder. However, there were avionics on board that recorded some flight data that's going to be very useful to us.
In his new message, Earnhardt says, with respect to the investigation, we will not be speculating or discussing the cause of the accident. Adding, Amy and I continue to be very appreciative of the privacy extended to us to process everything. It has been important to do that together and on our own time.
This is what's left of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s plane. It was moved all the way from Tennessee here to Georgia. And when you look at the melted fuselage, you really get a sense of just how incredible it is that everyone on board survived. The NTSB says it will release a preliminary report on this crash in about a week. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Griffin, Georgia.
Severe Weather Center 11 tracking showers and storms for this afternoon. Let's get right over to now meteorologist Scott Harbaugh for the latest timing on all of this. Scott.
Yeah, you got a couple clusters right now in the mountains of West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. And you can see the difference in the temperatures based on where we actually saw those showers and thunderstorms come through. Only 70 right now in Morgantown, 81 Pittsburgh, 82 in Butler. There are the thunderstorms right now on live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar, mainly into Somerset in Garrett County right now, though fairly decent cluster near Brewston Mills in Preston County. This afternoon we'll kick those out and then fairly quiet for a while before new lines of showers and thunderstorms start to roll in close to midnight tonight. So I'm putting together some graphics to talk about what the biggest impacts are going to be from some of these storms, and I'll have that for you coming up in just about 15 minutes.
A Pittsburgh man is suing the Holy Family Institute in Emsworth and the Diocese of Pittsburgh. He says Father Larry Smith and Father Joseph Gertis sexually abused him back in the 1970s. The man says he was 12 years old when he was sexually assaulted by the two priests. In the complaint filed with Ohio Township Police, the man says he believed he would be condemned if he told anyone. The diocese confirms Father Smith won't be involved in public ministry until the matter is resolved. Father Gertis died in 2003. Well, a New York police commissioner says political pressure did not influence his decision to fire the officer involved in Eric Garner's death. Now, we first told you about the firing as breaking news yesterday at noon. Reporter Brian Gingras has the details, and we want to warn you, the video that you are about to see may be disturbing.
It is clear that Daniel Pantaleo can no longer effectively serve as a New York City police officer.
More than 5 years after the controversial death of Eric Garner, the NYPD is firing one of its own.
This was not an easy decision. It's not something that I could make over a few hours. You know, I've been thinking about this since the day I was sworn in as police commissioner.
An internal NYPD investigation found grave misconduct by Officer Daniel Pantaleo. That report, which factored in the commissioner's decision, characterized Pantaleo's use of force in Garner's arrest as reckless and a gross deviation from the standard of conduct. A federal investigation and grand jury proceedings began against Pantaleo in 2014. No charges were filed in either case. Garner's family is praising the NYPD's decision, but says this isn't the end.
We will be going for the congressional hearings. We will be trying to reopen the case. We will be going after the rest of the officers involved because it's not over.
You cannot scare me away. Yeah, Pantaleo, you may have lost your job, but I lost a son. That's right.
Pantaleo's attorney says he will appeal the firing.
Obviously, he is disappointed, upset, but has a lot of strength. We're looking for him to get his job back.
Garner was approached by Pantaleo and other officers for allegedly selling loose cigarettes in July 2014. The arrest was caught on camera, sparking citywide protests as people took to the streets using Garner's last words as their rallying cry.
I can't breathe! You can't breathe!
Allegheny Health Network is expanding how the purchase of the Grove City Medical Center will help patients in 2 cities. But first, the help the widower of an El Paso victim is getting after his car was stolen.
11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
A musician from Dayton is honoring the victims of this month's shooting through another form of art, painting. Zach Sliver started a GoFundMe page to raise the money for a mural. The exact image hasn't been finalized. Sliver says it will cost about $6,500 for paint and supplies, and you can find a link to the GoFundMe right on our website at WPXI.com. And our area was touched by the tragedy in Dayton. Nicholas Coomer, who was from Washington, PA, was among the 9 people killed there. Well, it's been a very difficult few weeks for Antonio Basco. He lost his wife in the mass shooting in El Paso, and after laying her to rest over the weekend, someone stole his SUV. But now he's getting some help thanks to a car dealership. Casa Ford dealership donated a new SUV to Basco. The dealership actually repaired Basco's original SUV about 2 weeks ago after the shooting. So when they saw the post of his wrecked SUV on social media, the owners said that they had to do something. And employees found Basco an SUV in the same color as his old car, which they say meant a lot to him and his late wife, Margie.
He's extremely grateful, and honestly, from my perspective, just a humble man that does not want a whole lot of attention, and he's received a lot. So we want to just offer this.
Well, Casa Ford donated the SUV, but also included is a trailer given by Desert Haven Trailers, as well as a hitch installed on the back. Well, new Chinese tariffs delayed until mid-December. The impact they are expected to have on average American households.
Showers and thunderstorms are a pretty good bet, but they might be later than you originally expected. I'm updating Storm Tracker for the newest timing.
You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for original local shows, Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, and more. The hottest Pittsburgh sports topics with even hotter opinions. Halftime adjustments. Wednesday nights at 7:30 on WPXI.
When you want news from where you live.
Severe Weather Team 11 on Channel 11 News now brings you the 7-day forecast on your screen all the time. During all of our weather reports, you'll see the forecast for the next 7 days where you live. Watch Severe Weather Team 11's 7-day forecast on Channel 11 News every day.
Some tariffs on Chinese goods are on hold until mid-December, but others are scheduled to take effect on September 1st. According to J.P. Morgan, the average American household will be down about $1,000 when all the tariffs kick in. The firm estimates the average annual tariff cost per household will increase from $600 from the first 2 rounds of tariffs. J.P. Morgan says the new tariffs will also offset the benefit Americans are receiving from the tax overhaul. Well, more and more hackers are targeting small businesses with phishing emails. Channel 11's Clark Howard breaks down what owners need to do to keep their business safe.
Hackers have decided that there's a lot more money to be made tackling a small business rather than individuals. So small businesses are being barraged by fake emails pretending to be from the owner of the business or an executive of a business geared towards people lower down the food chain who, when they see an email from the boss, they hop right to it. So you got to know one of the things they're trying to do is get in the payroll account. Another is to get in vendor accounts. You'll get a note from the boss saying, hey, pay so-and-so, and you, wanting to please the boss, just pay them. At every business, you got to make sure that employees throughout the organization know about these phony emails that are flying around. And before you do what you think the boss has said, do something simple. Walk down the hall and ask the boss, or call him or her first. I'm Clark Howard.
Thanks a lot, Clark, and you can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app. Just search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. While Allegheny Health Network is expanding its reach in the Pittsburgh area, AHN will buy Grove City Medical Center, creating a link between its hospitals in Pittsburgh and Erie. Under the agreements, the two parties will help fund the independent Grove City Healthcare Foundation. It has an initial endowment of $30 million to be spent in Grove City on health and wellness initiatives. A local board will decide how that money is spent.
We have no debt at our facility. We have $30 million in reserves, so we were a very attractive candidate for integration.
AHN plans to invest another $40 million to enhance technology and physical infrastructure, as well as clinical services, including primary care.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Already have a couple of thunderstorms in the mountains. It is 12:45 in the afternoon. Notice some of these into Somerset, eastern Garrett County. Fairly strong. Another one right along I-68. This is just hitting that rise when you come out of Cheat Lake and you head up toward Brandonville and over into the higher terrain of eastern Preston County. Some of these creating some pretty good downpours right now. It's really about all that's in the area at the moment, and most of the areas should be fairly quiet during the afternoon. Watching a couple of clusters back to the west, though. One cluster of just strong winds and thunderstorms racing through Illinois. Look at this back burner up here in Wisconsin, in Minnesota, too. These are all diving to the southeast, and they will play an impact in our weather. Out ahead of it, new thunderstorms already forming in southwest Ohio near Dayton and Cincinnati. So we will be watching for the potential for thunderstorms late this afternoon, but especially overnight tonight and into first thing tomorrow morning. Some of those storms could be strong. Clouds eroding away from that early complex down in the mountains. Everywhere else, just some puffy cumulus clouds right now. And as we go through the afternoon, can get some yard work done today. Most of the afternoon will be dry. It is going to be sticky, though. That 86 at 5 this afternoon, going to feel closer to 90, 91 degrees. Here's Storm Tracker, 3:30, some showers and thunderstorms east into the mountains, and then many dry hours. Notice by 8 o'clock tonight, here comes some thunderstorms through eastern Ohio. They make their way into our area shortly after 11 o'clock tonight. So stay with WPXI, WPXI.com, and, of course, all of our streaming apps for updated information and the timing on these showers and thunderstorms tonight. Could be several clusters of thunderstorms, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. They'll last until about 3 or 4 in the morning before finally beginning to weaken by about 4:30, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Biggest issue with these storms, heavy rain and gusty winds. Winds could gust in excess of 50 miles per hour with some of the stronger storms. Large hail can't be ruled out, but it's going to be a little less of a factor than the heavy rain and the gusty winds. Down to 70 overnight tonight. Tomorrow, back up to 83 degrees. Now, showers and a few storms with some heavy rain, primarily during the morning hours tomorrow. Notice Storm Tracker bringing another wave through just about 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then much of the day after 1 p.m. will be fairly quiet with just some spotty showers during the afternoon and into the evening hours. Then cold front comes through Thursday. Temperatures take a nosedive as we head toward the weekend. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Isolated showers on Thursday, 75. Then Friday, mostly sunny. Only up to 74 on Friday despite sunshine. Saturday, 78. Low humidity Saturday and Sunday. looking really good. Mostly sunny, high temperature near 80 degrees.
Well, good news if you are planning any late summer road trips, what you can expect to pay at the pump.
Forecast every morning on Channel 11 Morning News.
Well, a new branding effort is underway at Geibel Catholic School in Connellsville. The school is hoping it boosts enrollment. The district says they've updated technology, putting smart boards in all the classrooms, and they have a new plan to help get word out in the community about the Catholic school option in town.
We've worked collaboratively to put together what we call a visibility plan to make sure people in our community know and understand the value of a Catholic education.
Student ambassadors will also be attending community events and festivals to help recruit new students. Channel 11 is looking into the impact of declining enrollment at local Catholic schools for later this week. Well, Instagram is hiring hackers. The goal is to make sure a new shopping feature is secure before it even goes live. Security researchers, also known as white hat hackers, plan to test the system. The feature lets you buy products directly on Instagram instead of going to the retailer's website. And gas prices continue to fall right here in Pittsburgh and across the region and across the country. According to Gas Buddy, the average price in Pittsburgh is $2.86 a gallon, down more than 3 cents in the past week. And we're still paying more than the national average of $2.60 a gallon. What is a dime worth? Listen to this. Well, if it's this 1894 San Francisco Mint silver dime, well, it's worth more than $1 million. A Utah businessman paid $1.32 million for the 125-year-old coin during an auction last week. And there are only 9 of its kind known to exist. That is way more than a dime for your thoughts, right, Scott? Well, that's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5, and you can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.
back to school with Channel 11 Morning News. Have a great year.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.